Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day and welcome to The Snow is Red Prologue. Although I had the post-jam version, I saw it updated before I had played it. And now it's Prologue, so it looks like there'll be more to the game. We'll see how it is. All I know is that there is some kind of a cute cat character involved in this game, so I'm going to get into it and let's give it a go. It'll be a 20 to 3 minute game, and as the game store page puts it, actually, you just finished from your smoke break and are ready to go back to your work. But suddenly someone is knocking on your apartment door. You feel like this is the 1000th time that you've met her, but you can't tell why. You enjoy the cozy conversations with the aroma of coffee and friendship between two souls in a weird little town where the snow is red. Sounds interesting. Well, let's see how to play. WASD, advancing with spacebar, left click to interact, enter to confirm input. Gotcha. In memory of someone too. Alright, let's give it a go. Hello there. So that character's name is Noir. I'm Noir, your cute little cat girl. There we go! Cute little cat girl guide. Rule 34, do your thing. What is your name? JC. We'll just go with the default. Nice to know you, JC. What's your gender? Doesn't matter. Of course. It doesn't matter that much. You're who you are. First of all, thank you very much for downloading this game. Before you start playing, I want to give you warnings about the game so you know what you're getting into. Contains violent, disturbing imagery and sequences of bright lights, and not suitable for children or people with photosensitive epilepsy. Viewer discretion is advised. Lastly, smoking is harmful to your health. This is the final patch to the prologue. Yes, a lot of bad writing, typo, and grammar issues have been fixed. Jade also added new content, missing sounds, and a little bit more of dialogue. Good thing I waited. Thanks to all comments and bug reports that give Jade more work to do. We appreciate the wonderful reviews and ratings the game has received so far. After throw Jade's phone away, or he'll keep checking for comments and replies to them all day without working. With those out of the way, please enjoy the game. I guess something like this wouldn't have been at the start of the game in the post-jam that I have. The post-jam is gone now, so I wonder if I should keep it as a collectible. The air tasted like cold iron. I exchanged it with a puff of smoke. The snow is red, as it has always been. As the cold wind breezing past the balcony, the red flakes touched my skin and dissolved like ash. I didn't feel anything. Better get inside. This smoke break took me too long. Gotta go back to my laptop and finish the writings. The writing job? Well, you got a washing machine on the balcony? Weird. I think my clothing is fine now, no need to change. It is very tempting, but no, not a time for sleeping. Ah. There's some rotation of the character at least, I can see. Otherwise, 2D, but not the same as like, I don't remember the technique that made it so it's like with old N64, PlayStation 1, or what are the games? Like Doom games, Wolfenstein games, where it's like shrubbery is just like a plus, like it's a 2D image, but it's like it's like X or plus shaped kind of thing. It's not like that though. Sofa. The sofa is old. It's so old, it's leather cracked all over its body. Probably not comfy to sit on. We just never sit on it, so you don't know. You have to say probably. Mocha pot. My favorite mocha pot. There's a faint signal on the screen. It's shifting from one program to another, but you can't really get what the programs are about. Nope. Alright, let's do some work then. Alright, time to finish the job. Let's get cracking. Letter by letter, one word at a time, then become sentences. Eventually the paragraph connected one after another and another, editing the article like 100 times before. And a few back pains later, it's done. Email the client. I submitted works as usual. Writing down email with some formality, I need their pay anyway. And time to hit that send button. What the? Oh no, you can't be serious, a blue screen of death. Who is this? A visitor at this hour with blue screen of death on my laptop? Just what I needed. I better get that door and see who's knocking. What are you, running Windows ME? What are you doing? Hi, what can I do for you? Hi, there's a girl in front of my apartment door. Oh, it's you that just moved in next door. Yes, nice to meet you. My name is Claire. If you don't mind, I brought something for you. Please take it. She hands me a bag of cookies. Norris Bakery. Bakery. Extra baka. The bag is neatly wrapped with red ribbons. That's lovely, but didn't she move in months ago? Wasn't that a bit too late for such an introductory gift? Thank you. That's very nice of you, Claire. Would you like to come in and join me for a coffee? She's reluctant to answer. The hell are you doing, JC? Inviting a girl you just met into your room for coffee? I hope she's not thinking I'm a creep. That would be nice. She replied stutteringly. She seems to be a very shy person. Well then, make yourself comfortable. I'll make us some coffee. Oh, by the way, I'm JC. Nice to meet you, Claire. Thank you, JC. I brew coffee for both of us. Claire raises the mug to sip her coffee. It's so warm and smells really good. It went well with your cookies. Thank you. I'm glad you liked them. So what do you do, Claire? I'm a freelance illustrator. Really, what kind of drawing did you draw? She blushes a little. It is varied from client to client. I draw all kinds of things, from animals, characters, and sometimes characters that's also an animal. She's a furry. She's definitely a furry. It's like the conversation you'd have as a furry artist when trying to explain what your job is to non-furries. Kind of awkward. It feels like that's what's happening right now. Furry? Oh god, they bring it up in the game too. Oh geez, do you draw furry? Yes. She blushes uncontrollably. I know some people are not into furry, but they are very cute. I love drawing them. She's like a different person when it's about furries. Man, I'm amazed no one told me to play this game for these kinds of reasons. That takes some skill, able to draw so many things like you. Drawing is the only thing I'm good at, and it pays well enough. If you can live on what you love, that is very nice. What about you, JC? What do you do for a living? Me. What if I just don't answer though, but I'm a writer. I'm a writer. Freelancing, like you. Most of the time, I write boring product reviews, or sometimes an advertisement for strange group pages on social media. I practice writing for video games too. My dream is one day I will make a visual novel game of my own. Why am I so open to her, so odd? Do you play or read visual novels, Claire? I don't have time to play much nowadays. But there's one time a game developer hired me to draw a background or something, sometimes a character for them. Sometimes it's included, the love scenes too. She faded her voice out. Those are for a visual novel's game asset. I got those kinds of jobs from time to time. You draw porn, hentai, and most of them are not erotic. Thanks for letting me know. Wasn't like what people do. What? Some of the translation of the game I would have to say needs a bit better work, but wasn't like what people do think of this kind of game. It's really confusing to try to get what she's trying to say, but I know she's trying to express what kind of game story. I don't know. Something about it being likely hentai, but yeah. What kind of game story do you write, JC? Claire's trying to change the subject. Well, in my spare time, I write horrors and sometimes psychological ones. To tell you the truth, my first draft always feels like a comedy. Claire's eyes as if they're 2.56 times wider when I let out the word horror. I like horror games a lot. The Fog Tower is my all-time favorite. That one was a cult. The Fog Tower. That's supposed to be a a reference to Clock Tower by any chance? That one was a cult classic. You got good taste, Claire. The girl sure loves horrors. What is your favorite horror game, JC? Resident Evil 6, Doki Doki Resident Evil 6. People said it have too much action more than horror. I'll have to... Unlike an illusion, I'm going to actually try to properly, in real time, translate what they're saying to proper English. It takes a little bit more brain power, but I try to make it as seamless as possible. Let me try to... Because it's either I could read it straight, what they're typing, without caring about translation errors, or I can try to keep the immersion and read what I'm basically assuming they're saying and ignoring the typos. But people said it has too much action and not enough horror. Yeah, they were right, but I think that's the charm of it. Just like the movie with the chainsaw arm man main character. Chainsaw armed main character. A movie. We're not talking about Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man has 2. If you don't include his legs, 2. Or head. A chainsaw arm main character. I'm guessing then, people probably people are like, Neco, come on, this is easy. It's the, I know what it is now. Evil Dead. Yeah, Evil Dead, for sure. You mean the movie Evil Head? I watched the sequel so many times, and that scene where he's showing the shotgun. We've spent almost an hour talking about horror games and movies. When you find a friend who's passionate about the same genre as you, man, when I find people that are into the same things as I am, then hey. By the way, haven't you moved in like 3 months by now? You're right. It's odd, isn't it? To knock on the door and introduce myself just now. I thought you had a problem moving in or something. Well, during that time, I had so many freelance jobs that I needed to deliver or finish. I didn't have time to work on them when moving from my old place to the new place. But they needed the art done for me, and I can't just let them down or else their game will get delayed because of me. So I was working all-nighters for many weeks. In the end, I managed to deliver them on time. I was completely exhausted and slept for days. When I woke up, it had already passed Christmas Eve. All the work was done, but I didn't have anyone to share the joy with, or even a chance to enjoy the moment. That's where the cookies came from. I want someone to share my little to nothing. What? I want someone to share my Christmas celebration, let's say. I want to share my little bit of Christmas spirit with someone. I hope all of this somewhat will make sense to you, and also, I want to get to know people and make friends. I had never done it before, and it could feel weird for you. Don't worry, Claire, you're not so weird. You don't sound weird just for trying to make friends. We're living in this weird place, perhaps for you very far away from home. It's good to have someone, at the very least, listen to you or share a coffee with. Thank you very much for being so understanding. She replied lightly with a smile. Can we be friends? It's just delay. Of course, Claire, I'm glad to. Meeting anyone who's a fan of horror. I mean, my personal genres are more like Metroidvania, roguelike, roguelite, and action RPG. Those are my jams. Like, I could play a game like Final Fantasy VII Remake. As much as I love Final Fantasy VII, I love not so much a button masher, but something that you can just get into, you just jump towards an enemy and fuck them up by your key presses kind of thing. Devil May Cry can be like that, but Devil May Cry is too much of a combo, and keep your combo as long as possible, fight as fast and hard as you can. Final Fantasy VII Remake kind of combat, more my jam. Thank you, JC. I didn't know how to continue the conversation after this point. Maybe it's a good idea to stand up and take a break for a bit. Well, let me take care of those cups. I reached for a cup to collect it for washing. It's okay, let me help you. Eat. Oh, you dropped the cup. The cup falls and breaks on the ground. I'm sorry. It's just a cup, whatever. Watch out for the broken pieces, though. Don't step on it. I need to kneel to pick up the pieces of a broken mug. Bruh. A sharp piece cuts my thumb. Blood started to flow out slowly from my wound. You're bleeding. Grr. Her eyes widen and look at me intensely. It's just a small cut. Grr. I need to. Is she secretly a werewolf waifu or something, and she's gonna suck the blood off my thumb like in some kind of weird hentai? I need to put a bandage on it. Can I have some of your blood? Sure, if you don't bite my thumb off. It could be a little bit kinky. Claire, are you okay? She's mumbling in an odd language. Something piercing out from her skull is soaked with her blood. Sacrifice blood. Behead. It's just a lot of... I mean... Grr. I can't move. I feel my blood keep pouring out from my wound. She's standing right in front of me, smiling. My pain turned to numbness and then nothing. Parent. The fuck just happened? Did that girl kill me? Was that a nightmare? Maybe I'm just too tired. These freelance gigs are killing me. Anyway, time to get it done and over with. Oh no, we're gonna have a blue screen of death again. Worthless. Hey, I gave you my blood. Why are you being angry? You should take my blood and then, you know... No, this is not happening. What? But maybe you shouldn't grab the knife. Depends on how dangerous they really are. I mean, should we not perceive them as a potential, just really kind of aggressive waifu material? I don't know. I'll avoid getting the knife. Oh, what do you want? Hi, JC. Tell me what just happened. What have you done to me? You remembered everything. I don't want you to remember me like this. Hey, I can find it hot. You just gotta, you know, not make me pass out. But don't you worry, because the next time I will take care of your memories. Is she a succubus? Thy blood consume? Hey, like, I'm into tomboys and, oh? It just it just ends like that? Oh, come on. That's what I get for refusing to get the knife, come on. But that is the end of the prologue, but the question would be, what if I grab the if I grab the knife, I got the feeling if I grab the knife, hopeless. Is that the ending I got is hopeless? Thank you for playing. Maybe. I was getting the feeling if I grabbed the knife, I mean, she would have just seen the knife, taken it as a threat, and just killed me for realsies. So I was going to see if I could turn it into a not-so-hopeless situation. If I quit, does it quit the game? Ah, that's this... Whoops, did it actually... Shit. I think it was actually going to the end credits, but it wasn't going for so long, I thought I had to quit the game there. But then the cat started talking again. I'm going to see if there's a different ending if I do it differently, such as grabbing the knife. So let me go back there. Okay, I'm going to say Doki Doki this time. That game was amazing. I love the ending so much. You mean when the MC got trapped in the waterfall house? Wait, why is waterfall red? The waterfall house for eternity. That's right, as if the place was haunted. It's just like the movie Evil Head? Exactly, I watched the sequel so many times. A little bit of different, but I think it doesn't change anything about the prologue's ending. I don't know if it has multiple endings or not. There is still blood dripping from this. Something's wrong with the water. The pipe must be too rusty. Oh, wait. Oh, also I said my character was male this time, and this is what the character looks like. So you picking your gender of doesn't matter is either randomized, or doesn't matter is more, perhaps... more just literally doesn't matter. Not sure, but at least there's different character models. That's interesting enough. But wait, let's see now if anything happens by grabbing the knife. Should I take a knife with me? Please, no. Please don't make me do this. Also, I called myself Noir just to see if the cat would say anything by naming myself Noir, but they didn't. What if I just, like... I can't see... Wait. Well, I can't jump. It's very tempting, but no. Well, let's see what happens when we have a knife this time. Nothing else worth investigating, I guess. I'm sorry. The horrible cycle needs to stop now. Forgive me, Claire. I'm sorry. Oh, good God. I'm really sorry. Arg. I don't know, I'm just gonna assume... although the ending of it being that I don't grab the knife, and they say they'd want to get rid of their memories, we can't presume their character dies by going that path. I'd almost... Oh, murderer. Yeah, it did change. Murderer. If it's saying I'm a murderer... Let me see also if I start clicking, will it skip or I have to wait a lot longer before the cat starts talking? I'll have to actually wait this time, because I know... Oh, no pixel character actor has been harmed or injured or killed in the making of this game. So please do not worry. Claire is still your nice neighbor, and always will be. Forever, forever, forever. I mean, I'd be fine, like, if you imagine... Like this character kind of reminds me of Power from Chainsaw Man. Because the horns plus blood. It kind of reminds me of. Don't know if it's inspired by or not. But I mean, if I had some kind of crazy next door waifu-like character with thigh-high socks who was a succubus or who needed blood to stay alive, I wouldn't care. I genuinely wouldn't care. I only care if they want to actually kill you for good. Rather than just, hey, can you give me a blood supply every so often? Hey, sure, no problem. Same thing with vampires. It'd be like, hey, whatever. You either kill them all, or you just live with them and give free blood from time to time, but, you know, whatever. That's your story. And the choice you've made. How do you feel about it? Do you want a second chance? Oh, I want to try again. What should I do? What else should I do? Poor you. Maybe stabbing that girl with the kitchen knife wasn't going to solve anything. Try leaving the knife where it was, and then talk to her face to face. I want to try again. Close your eyes, and I will send you back. I listen to her and close my eyes. My eyes hurts. As if they're bleeding. That Nora girl really meant it. Now I'm back in the loop again. It's the loop of her constantly killing me or taking my blood and killing me or putting me to the verge of dying and then it going back in time and resetting the loop. So I just had to re-suffer the consequences of a computer that constantly blue screens of death and a neighbor that wants my blood and would be cute if only she just like didn't constantly for even... Like, how long has the cycle been happening? If my assumption on the story is true, like that she's been doing it for an X amount of time. I'll assume that... I'm curious what will happen if I don't actually answer the questions and if I leave it for silence then, if I would just be so awkward. So, you know, we're going to do that as a last thing, just to be thorough. I want to see what happens when we socially awkwardly just don't answer any of the questions. Alright, first one, furry. That takes some skill, able to draw so many things like you. Yep, just awkward silence. So sorry if I'm prying too much. Not at all, I write for money. Do they answer for me afterwards? Like it misses some... Like it misses some extra dialogue, but you're not also missing much. They still answer. We'll see. I really can't think of my favorite at the moment. There's a lot that I like, to be honest. I can't really tell which is the best horror game for me. But if it's a movie, I like the one starring Bruce Campbell a lot. You mean the movie Evil Dead? Yes, it goes back to the Evil Dead references. Alright, and then for the friends, the most horrible choice we can do, obviously. Can we be friends? Delay. Do they still say yes even if I don't click it? I don't know how to continue the conversation after this point. Maybe it's a good idea to stand up and take a break for a bit. Well, let me take care of those cups, and they drop it anyways. So it doesn't really... The time... I'll assume in the full game, if they're going to continue this, since it's called a prologue, I'm sure main game will be coming at some point in the future based on this prologue. And time-limited responses will have more, you know, it'll have actual use in the main game and consequences, while just, prologue, it's just a concept, and there is really, there seems to be no consequences or alterations or changes really to the flow of the conversation if you don't answer. Even though it's kind of awkward, a person says, "Can we be friends?" and you just sit there for 10 seconds to be like if someone asks if you can be their if someone in person asks if you can be their friend, and if you don't give them a genuine answer within 3 seconds roughly, that's kind of awkward. Like, let's just be, "Hey, you want to be friends?" And then you are like this. It's just like that kind of speed. It took that long to respond. That's insulting for everyone. They'll be like, "Oh, damn, you really had to take that long to think about it?" Ooh, oh, but in this character, you know, things just continue on as is, but, you know. Anyways, but with that joke and everything said and done, interesting prologue. Characters are all cute. I like all the characters. And this is, yeah, what they look like when I picked female, just to see the model difference. It's the same as if I picked doesn't matter. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed, and hey, maybe look forward to more of The Snow is Red whenever more comes out, since this is just the prologue. If you enjoyed, let me know in the comments below, and leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, big fluff subscriber, hit the notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.